Hey, Dad, it almost looks professional.
What is? Who do you think made it? This is the way it goes, and the box go right beside of it.
So this is be facing out.
Yeah.
Well, your pressure gauge is back here.
Yeah, there's one front too, I think, right? Goes the other way. Okay, I guess we're ready to pick it up there, or should we?
Pick it up with a forklift, ain't you?
No, I figured you should carry it up steps. No, God. Let me get the camera first.
It's already on. I wasn't gonna throw my back out without recording this, Jesus. I don't even know how we operate. I mean, good God, our windows are dirty. I don't know how we operate. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check the comments of a few videos back. I believe it was one where we broke something. BJ, are you okay with going up?
Good.
Not bad news. I said turn the fan off.
Yeah, it's a lot windier up here. I have to make some modifications. As we sit here freezing, it dawned on us we could just back the planter into the building a little bit. Oh yeah, good morning, folks. You got that brimstone pen, Dad, so we can...
That's a drill from up there. You want to take it out, drill. A drill? Dandy.
Drill master, it says it right on it.
I don't know if I can go so far as calling it a master.
Got a new drill. Got a Bob Brown custom sharpen job.
Huh? Oh, look at it go.
Yeah, it's going all right.
You want me to hold that? Hey, I'm holding the camera today. Bet that came through well on the internet.
What?
Nothing. Make a lot of noise.
Pretty noisy. Huh?
Huh?
You can't say it on the internet.
I'm getting biblical here.
That bit's probably bent now.
Hey, Dad, will you give us another sharpening job?
Yeah.
Now, if we just had all this routed through there, had to come over and get the last of our yetter parts. We have a lot left. One more wiring harness and some air tubes. One other thing we're also going to do, probably going to have to a couple loads of fertilizer today. Hey, Squishy. Alright, so we have a load of mez on the truck. I get it started. Maybe you guys won't bet the batteries are dead. Here's our skid forks attachment. So we have a 7-foot bucket on the Massey Ferguson. That's what we're going to be using to load fertilizer with now, at least in that darn thing. Several people asked if we were getting moisture in here. We're getting a little bit. There's a slight crust on it. Hopefully that'll not be a problem. I don't know. But definitely go through the spreader fine. Might try spreading the load when we get back this evening. Alright, let's skedaddle. Man, we're gonna have to do something about this cup holder. That ain't no good. I'm gonna end up with a lap full of hot coffee. So, several people have asked about the truck. This thing was broke down for a long time. This is an auto shift. This box is what actually ended up needing replaced. Unfortunately, there was a lot of troubleshooting and it took a long time. We've only had the truck back working for about a week now. Not the most ideal, but hey, we got it back now.
I want it!
Oh dang, got a new set of scales. Looks like farmers aren't the only ones grain prices is helping out. So yeah, grain prices are up, fertilizer prices have doubled or more in the past like 3 months. Alright, so I thought we were going to do some spreading. Just talked to Dad, he needs some help on the planter. They're just about done and BJ has to go to a baseball game, so I'm going to go over and help him finish installing that Yetter row cleaner system. Planter, pretty well done. I got 2 hydraulic hoses to hook up and some wires to tie up. But the Yetter stuff is pretty well all installed. The ag leader stuff is all installed. Oh yeah, got some extra stuff on the back there. Still gotta add some ag leaders, or ag cams. That's what that cord there is Dad's ag cam hanging down. So this planter is pretty well done, and if this is your first video watching on the channel, we started this planter like first or second week of February. So the fact that it's pretty much done and ready to plant, it's very exciting stuff. Now let's talk about what we've done here. We have brand new parallel arms and bushings from Precision Planter Solutions. These are different arms, different bushing kit, much tighter than the factory setup. Got ag leader, sure force downforce system, hydraulic downforce. We're running sure speeds, so this is an electric drive unit. Also, it's a high speed unit, so we'll be able to plant anywhere from 3 to 12 miles an hour. We have new Yetter row cleaners. These Yetters are air adjust, that's what these air lines are. And that's why we had to install that air compressor. We've got Yetter closing wheels. We were just running the regular old John Deere closing system. The only thing we have not rebuilt, those openers have roughly 2,000 acres on them, so we kept those. The gauge wheels, we didn't do anything to them. And we didn't put new bushings in the closing system. They're still pretty good. But other than that, this planter is pretty well ready to go. And since we screwed up, we got new vacuum motors. That might have been user error. But yeah, we're pretty excited to try this out. All these parts should lead to a better corn stand, which should lead to better corn yield. Plus, Dad's gonna be riding in luxury in this Challenger, if he can get it figured out. You gonna move this hitch up and down or what? So Dad is going to fold it up. We're just going to watch to make sure nothing is pulling or rubbing or anything like that. A lot of wires, a lot of hydraulic lines, a lot of air lines, a lot of electric lines. But this should be a lot less trouble than the ground drive system. The ground drive system was simple, but there was a lot of chains, a lot of moving parts, and now there's not. So hopefully this will be better. Our ground drive system frequently gave us problems in different conditions. I mean, for example, if you had, like when you had a ground drive system, you basically just had a wheel riding on this wheel. Well, if the air pressure was off in that was affecting your population. So this should be much more accurate. It's almost time. Only a few more days till this thing gets dirty. Lots of new goodies to be testing. We're gonna be testing them at high speeds. Okay, keep going. Now, one other thing we run on this planter, we're only running on half the planter. We're running Yetter drag chains. We're just kind of trying those out. We've never ran drag chains. Figured we'd try it on half the planter. We also have some cast closing wheels. They're basically these same spiked closing wheels, but they're cast metal, a little bit heavier. We're eventually going to put those on half the planter. We only got 12 for now. We wanted to keep everything uniform for a couple fields, so we wanted to take some of the, the variants out of there. So when we start out anyways, we're going to be running the same closing wheels, but eventually we will start experimenting with those cast closing wheels. So I would say that we're going to take this bracket back over to the fertilizer barn. I guess I don't know. Up! There you go! In! In! Curl! You got it! So he can lock that on from the cab, push of a button, that rod shoots through there, and now we're ready to hook up to a skid steer bucket. Now for the skid steer part, we'll have to come in here and manually throw those latches, but that's probably not going to be swapped out often. It's probably just going to hold the skid steer bucket. Now our other bucket's over there too. The one that came on the telehandler, much bigger. I'll probably use that to load the floater, just because it's faster. But this smaller bucket will be all right for loading that tender. A lot of people ask, why don't we just build like a spacer or something to fill up a foot of that bucket, or a foot on each side of that bucket. Thought about that. A couple things. Time. She's real busy right now. And we have other skid steer attachments we want to run on that. And I figure if we did that, it's just gonna, fertilizer's gonna get in there and it's just gonna sit there and rust that bucket out in that enclosed area behind that spacer. So Dad laced up his New Balances and tried out his new mower the other day. Ooh, looks like he wrapped up a strap. But this is the bucket we're gonna use. Like I say, it's the one off the Massey Ferguson. It's perfect width. It's not near as deep. It'll take a little longer, but I think it'll work fine. Unhook from it. Main complaint everyone has with this tractor, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get out of.
They put a buddy seat there. They should have just scratched that idea.
Kids like it though. That'll work.
You gonna drive over like that?
I feel like it would have been much easier to scoop up the bucket. Huh? I feel like it would have been much easier to scoop up the bucket with the pallet forks. That worked much better. Man, you guys went for a scary ride there. So there's our other bucket. Here's the one we're going to use. So much smaller. You guys see this? I'm just doing this to make you all jealous. At least all of you that know what a morel mushroom is. Kayla just called and said, hey, we've got mushrooms and meatloaf. So me and Dad stopped for dinner a little early. Going to head over to the grain bins now and get the floater loaded for tomorrow. Got a little bit of potash I'm going to spread off tonight. And I'll probably just load for tomorrow. I'm call it quits a little touch early tonight. Okay, so first thing, we have a little bit of potash still in the bed of that floater, like probably 150 pounds or so. And we are switching to mez. The mez is the gray material over here. This is the potash. So let's spread that out. We're just gonna spread it right here. I have a feeling this field right here by the barn is going to get a lot of extra fertilizer applied to it in situations like this throughout the next several years. It's already one of our best fields fertility-wise, so should get even better. Which is good because we chopped like a, so far probably a quarter acre off of it. Little cold.
All right, we got our potash spread off, so let's go load up with mez. I don't know, we might just do this field. We're here. Once I got the wheel in my hand, I wanted to keep going, so we might just do that. Turns out it likes it when you put the park brake on.
All right, that'll work. All right, guys, we got a long day of applicating tomorrow. So hopefully it's not real windy. We can get our bean fertilizer applied. We might be able to finish that tomorrow, and then we'll be ready for corn planting and bean planting if it just wasn't 40 degrees.